But I have to tell you, I think we're facing the worst financial crisis in the last 40 or 50 years, maybe since the Great Depression. You have a situation, we have $2.5 trillion of paper, of which the estimate is that 25% of it is going to be wiped out in value. That's $600 billion. And that's just the estimates today. Those estimates get worse and worse as this paper gets to be worth less and less. And nobody knows what the consequences of that is. We've never been in that kind of situation. Amongst other things, nobody knows who owns the paper. I mean, nobody knew. Merrill Lynch announced that they were losing roughly $5 billion and then went to $8 billion within a matter of 3 weeks, which they are the biggest seller of this kind of paper. They're off by 60%. I mean, if they're off by 60%, who knows what the real value is?
Is the Citibank following in that wake?
Well, nobody knows, again, because nobody knows how bad the paper is. But here is the Citibank, through what is called an SIV, a structured investment vehicle, in which they have some contingent liabilities. These are these kinds of paper investments, securities, held outside the bank and financed, I might add, with short-term paper, which they may not be able to roll over. They have $80 billion. The AAA paper has gone down to 79 from a AAA paper. Nobody believes the ratings anymore, so nobody knows what the value is.
Wait a minute.
And if they lose 20% or 30% of that $80 billion, that's going to be a huge hit on the bank.
Did you use the word depression a few minutes ago?
I didn't use the word depression. I said it's the worst financial crisis potentially since the Depression.
I don't hear any optimism in you at all.
You know, I've been on this show now. I'm predicting that it's going to be much worse than people were saying for the last several months.
This is why Bernanke...
I predicted there'd be 2 Federal Reserve Bank cuts, and I think there's going to be more now.
Who can tell me what Bernanke's quandary is? What's his quandary?
He has to save the financial system. He cannot. It is a credit squeeze, and he's got to make sure we do not have a freeze up. The problem is that
John,
as
they're
he
also
lowers,
talking inflation.
Yes,
but John,
but the inflation is very well controlled. We may have inflation right now. We don't have.
The quandary is how to balance growth against inflation.
This is
the inflation that they measure, if I may say so, is without food and energy, and on that basis, the inflation rate's about 2.5%.
Look! I know it is now, but the dollar is sinking like a stone. We got 16% of our economy is imports. Those prices are going to begin to rise. The Chinese and the Japanese are holding down their currencies like crazy. Let me tell you, as he pumps out the money, I agree he's going to do it. Inflation is going to hit the roof.
You think we should open the window and go to the ledge now? Is that what you want to do?
Yesterday.
I want to ask a very